Did you get multiple results on your African Ancestry DNA test? Are you a little bit confused about how this is possible and what does it mean? Peace and blessings, beloved. I'm your sis, Aisha Abdul Rahman. I'm an archivist, I'm a genealogist, and I'm a heritage traveler. Here on my channel, I share my journey about reconnecting to my roots in the US as well as in West Africa. So if you've watched my previous videos, you know that I took a test with African Ancestry. I have a ton of videos here on my channel about DNA testing, but I also have specific videos about African Ancestry and why their tests are different. So this is an mtDNA test, and these are my test results. So it's basically saying that my mom and her mom and her mom and her mom, that we all link back, anyone related to that line of my family, link back to the Jola and Fula people of Guinea-Bissau, the Mende and Temne people in Sierra Leone, and the Kru people living in Liberia today. So specifically today. So it goes into detail showing some examples here. And so I want to kind of explain how this is possible and why some people only have one, because I have other tests from my paternal side where I only have one result. So I want to share today why some people have one and what happens when we have multiples. So what has been explained to me is basically when you have results like that, I'm using a tree for my metaphor. For my example is basically sorry for my voice, guys, I still have a cold. Is we have like one main maternal ancestor that all of those connect to. So basically what it's saying is, it's not saying that I have all Mende, Temne, Fulani, Jola, and Kru ancestry. What it's saying is I'm related to all of them. So it's saying we have one common ancestor, which I'm going to use the tree trunk as a representation of that. And maybe that ancestor had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children. And those children moved. They didn't all live in the same location. They moved from wherever their mother was raising them. One moved to Guinea-Bissau, one moved to Sierra Leone, one moved to Liberia, and they had children. So we can look at these branches as basically like the children of the maternal ancestor that we have in common. And when they moved, they intermingled with the local people there, and therefore they have a specific ethnicity. So maybe you're in Sierra Leone and you have the Temne people, but you're still in Sierra Leone. Maybe the sister is in Sierra Leone, but she marries in with the Mende people. They are cousins, they're related, which we know in Sierra Leone there's the Mende, the Temne, the Kru, and the Limba. My results don't have Creole and Limba. It only has Mende and Temne people. So basically what those results are saying is that those ethnicities are cousins, and I am related to both of them. And that basically at the end of the day, they all tie back to one maternal ancestor that we all have the same in common. So some kind of way over time, through migration or through marrying, the Mende and the Temne in Sierra Leone, the Jola and the Fula people that are in Guinea-Bissau, as well as the Kru people in Liberia, they all have one common maternal ancestor. At least in my case, I do. So that's what happens when you're getting a result like this from African Ancestry. Because I was a bit confused, because like you match 100% with all of these. And I was like, how do I have 100% with all of these? And it comes from just what we were looking at with Ancestry DNA tests. And what I was explaining in previous videos, when you see Ancestry.com DNA test, it's not saying that you are 100% or you're 40% Nigerian and 20%. What it's saying is 100% of your DNA matches these people. So 100% of my DNA matches the Temne, matches the Mende, matches the Fulani. So when you're looking at Ancestry.com, you may see 40%. So it says 40% of your DNA matches Nigeria, and 20% of your DNA matches, I don't know, Ghana. So it's the same here, except for it's saying 100% of my DNA matches the Temne, the Mende, the Jola, the Fula, and the Kru people, and that we all share one main maternal ancestor. And so what I've been working on now is just looking at My autosomal test, so my 23andMe and my Ancestry.com, I'm looking to see what percentages I have the highest in, as well as the chromosome painter, and looking to see how recent those are. And that will help me figure out which one of these is actually, like, I guess you could say, my line. So this maybe be a cousin and this is a cousin that I'm related to, but which one is actually my line? I don't know. And so that's where we can use your traditional genealogy research, following your paper trail, as well as using your autosomal DNA test on your maternal line to try and figure out which of those am I actually. And so far, my results are telling me that the Jola and Fula is probably the more likely of my line, because that's what I have the highest percentage in, based on the other tests that I have. So as I learn more, I will definitely come back and share more. Life is good. Have a blessed day.